All right, Talk Tickers listeners, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yes, welcome back.
Today we're breaking down AT&T's Q4 2024 earnings call.
Yeah,
They definitely dropped some hints about their game plan for the coming year.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That really a strong finish to the year.
Yeah.
Exceeding their financial guidance for 2024 with strong growth in both their wireless and fiber businesses.
It's fascinating to see this evolution, right?
Absolutely.
What really caught my attention was that record-breaking fiber subscriber number,
Yeah.
307,000 added in Q4.
Right.
It's not just good, that's a statement.
Yeah, I think it speaks volumes about the competitive edge that fiber provides, especially against cable.
Mm-hmm.
Consumers are demanding speed and reliability,
Yeah.
and AT&T is delivering. But it's not just about subscriber count.
Right.
Their focus on attracting those high-value customers is reflected in their fiber ARPU,
Oh, yeah.
which hit $71.71.
Wow.
A solid 4.7% year-over-year increase.
That's right. They're not just chasing numbers, they're going for quality subscribers.
Exactly.
And it seems to be paying off.
Yeah.
Their consumer wireline business saw a 7.8% revenue increase in Q4,
Right.
with fiber revenue surging by an impressive 17.8%.
Exactly. And that strong performance is rippling through their financials.
Yeah.
Overall, their Q4 revenue is up nearly 1%,
Yeah.
driven by wireless services, equipment revenues, and of course, that broadband growth we just discussed.
Of course.
They're also ending the year with robust cash flow, reporting $4.8 billion in free cash flow for Q4
Yeah.
and a whopping $17.6 billion for the full year.
Okay, so let's talk about that cash.
Yeah.
What are they doing with all that financial firepower?
Well, they've been strategic about it, right?
Yeah.
In 2024, they managed to strengthen their balance sheet, reducing their net debt by $8.8 billion for the year.
Yeah.
At the same time, they've been investing heavily in those network upgrades, and this sets them up perfectly to start returning capital to shareholders.
Yeah.
They've reaffirmed their commitment to begin stock buybacks in the latter half of 2025 as part of a plan to return over $40 billion to shareholders over the next 3 years.
That buyback plan is a strong signal,
It is?
especially for income-focused investors.
Yeah.
But they're not neglecting growth, are they?
No.
What about that impressive 5G subscriber growth?
Yeah, while the overall wireless market is normalizing,
Right.
AT&T is confident in their continued growth in 5G,
Yeah.
adding a healthy 482,000 postpaid phone subscribers in Q4.
Wow.
Their FirstNet program for first responders continues to be a major success story,
Yeah.
adding another 300,000 connections in the quarter.
Yeah, it's almost like they're building two parallel highways to the future.
Right.
One with fiber, one with 5G, and
Yeah.
then there's AI.
Yeah.
They keep highlighting it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just marketing hype, or are they really leveraging AI to gain a competitive edge?
It's definitely more than just talk. They're already using AI across multiple areas to improve customer service, streamline network operations, and even assist with code development.
Wow.
They seem genuinely committed to finding new ways to harness AI for a strategic advantage.
So it's not just about the networks themselves, it's
Mhm.
about how they're managed and optimized.
Right.
That's where the real innovation seems to be happening.
Yeah.
Now let's dig a little deeper into their individual business segment,
Okay.
starting with mobility.
Right.
Still the core of their operation, right?
Absolutely.
Their mobility revenue jumped by 3.3% in the quarter,
Yes.
with service revenues also showing a 3.3% increase.
Mm-hmm.
Remarkably, this marks 7 consecutive years of growth for both revenue and EBITDA in their mobility business.
Whoa.
And they're demonstrating a keen focus on customer retention,
Right.
achieving an incredibly low postpaid phone churn rate of just 0.85% for the quarter.
That's impressive.
That's a testament to customer satisfaction and loyalty.
It is.
Okay, so mobility is solid.
Yeah.
What about the not-so-bright spot,
Yeah.
business wireline?
Right.
How are they navigating that ongoing decline?
Yeah, it's true. Business wireline revenue continued to slide in Q4, down 10%,
Yeah.
with EBITDA declining even further by 22%.
Yes.
This is largely driven by the industry-wide shift away from legacy services.
Right.
Businesses are increasingly moving towards cloud-based solutions.
So what's their strategy for dealing with that?
Yeah,
Are they just accepting defeat?
I don't think so. I think they're, instead of trying to hold on to the past, they're focusing on areas where they see potential.
Right.
For example, their Billing Solutions wireless service actually saw a 3.5% revenue increase in the fourth quarter.
Interesting.
Plus, FirstNet remains a bright spot,
Right.
consistently bringing in new connections.
So even within a declining segment, they're finding pockets of growth
Yeah,
and adapting to the changing landscape.
absolutely.
But let's circle back to that star performer,
Yeah.
consumer wireline,
Yeah.
fueled by fiber.
Mhm.
How does that segment break down in terms of financials?
Yeah, it's a remarkable story.
Yeah.
Their consumer wireline business delivered a fantastic performance thanks to that fiber growth we've been discussing.
Yeah.
It's not just about the number of subscribers.
Yeah.
Their EBITDA for this segment surged by an impressive 9.8% for the quarter and 10% for the full year, exceeding their own guidance.
It seems like they're really hitting their stride with fiber.
Yes.
But how sustainable is this growth?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, they'll saturate the market.
Right, well, that's the big question.
Yeah.
Right now, their fiber penetration stands at 40%.
Okay.
And an encouraging trend is emerging.
Yeah.
4 out of every 10 AT&T fiber households are also using AT&T for wireless.
Wow.
Both of these figures are up about 100 basis points year over year.
Okay.
It's clear their fiber expansion is creating a powerful ecosystem,
Yeah.
drawing customers in and keeping them within the AT&T family.
So that convergence play is working.
Yeah.
They're using fiber to not just gain broadband customers,
Right.
but to strengthen their position in wireless as well.
Exactly.
That's a pretty brilliant strategy.
Yeah, it is. But of course, no strategy is without its challenges.
Right.
The big question is, how will their competitors respond?
Right.
Will they be able to keep up with AT&T's aggressive fiber build out and innovative use of AI?
That's a question for another deep dive, perhaps. But for now, we've definitely got a lot to chew on.
Absolutely.
What are your initial thoughts on AT&T's performance and their plans for 2025?
I think they have a solid roadmap for growth.
Yeah.
But it will be interesting to see how they navigate the evolving competitive landscape, particularly in the broadband market.
Yeah.
There are a lot of hungry players out there.
All right, Talk Tickers listeners, we've just scratched the surface of AT&T's earnings call. Stay tuned because we'll be back to dive deeper into some of the key themes and unanswered questions after a quick break.
Welcome back to Talk Tickers.
All right.
Before the break, we highlighted AT&T's strong performance in Q4 and their strategic focus on fiber and 5G. Now let's delve into some of the key themes and insights that emerged from the Q&A portion of the earnings call.
Always a good place to uncover the nuances
Yeah.
and get a feel for what analysts are really focused on.
Right.
What were some of the hot topics?
Well, one recurring theme was the regulatory landscape,
Okay.
especially as it relates to their plans to phase out that legacy copper network.
Yeah.
Remember, they've secured that initial FCC approval,
Right.
but there's a long road ahead.
Right. This isn't a flip the switch kind of transition.
It's not.
What are some of the hurdles they'll need to clear?
Well, their CEO emphasized that this is a multi-year process
Okay.
involving careful coordination with customers,
Mm-hmm.
smooth transitions to new technologies,
Yeah.
and close collaboration with the FCC
Right.
to ensure a responsible approach.
Okay.
They'll have to navigate those complexities carefully.
Yeah, it sounds like a logistical tightrope walk,
It is.
especially considering the vastness of their network.
Right.
What about the political angle? How is the new administration expected to approach this push towards modernization?
Well, there's a sense of optimism
Right.
that the administration will be supportive of these efforts to upgrade the nation's communications infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
This could translate into a more streamlined approval process and potentially accelerate the transition to fiber.
Faster approvals would definitely be a tailwind for AT&T.
Yeah.
But are there any potential downsides to this rapid shift away from copper?
Yeah.
What about communities that still rely on that legacy infrastructure?
That's a crucial consideration.
Yeah.
The transition needs to be equitable and ensure that no one is left behind.
Right.
AT&T will have to address concerns about potential service disruptions or affordability issues in those areas that are still heavily dependent on copper.
Yeah. It's a reminder that technological progress isn't always a straight line.
Right.
Now, another topic analysts were eager to discuss
Yeah.
was the potential impact of tax reform
Right.
on AT&T's capital allocation plans.
Mm-hmm.
Those tax incentives could be a game changer.
Right. Absolutely. If tax reform delivers those anticipated benefits, AT&T would likely have even more financial firepower to accelerate their fiber build-out plans. This could create a virtuous cycle, leading to faster growth, increased profitability, and ultimately higher returns for shareholders.
So it's a scenario with potential upside for both AT&T and its investors.
Yeah.
But what about the competitive landscape?
Okay.
How are they viewing the current state of the wireless market?
Yeah.
particularly in light of that normalization of subscriber growth we've been seeing.
Yeah. They acknowledge that this trend towards slower growth is likely to continue.
Okay.
However, their focus remains on attracting high-value customers and managing their existing base effectively.
Right.
It's not about chasing growth at all costs, but about prioritizing profitability and fostering long-term customer relationships.
It's a smart approach.
Yeah.
But with cable companies pushing back hard against the rise of fiber, are they concerned about maintaining their market share?
While they project confidence, they believe that the superior speed and reliability of fiber will ultimately win the day.
Okay.
They seem determined to avoid getting dragged into a price war,
Right.
trusting that the quality of their offerings will speak for itself.
It's a bold strategy,
It is.
especially with competitors offering tempting introductory rates.
Right.
But you're right, there's definitely a segment of the market that prioritizes performance and is willing to pay a premium for it.
Absolutely.
Now, what about that underperforming business wireline segment?
Okay.
What insights did they offer about their plans to address those challenges?
Well, they acknowledge the need to refine their approach, specifically by improving distribution and becoming more effective in serving small and medium-sized businesses.
Yeah.
They see untapped potential in that segment and believe they can gain significant market share.
Right.
It seems they're shifting their focus from trying to defend legacy services to actively pursuing new growth opportunities.
So it's about recognizing where the future lies.
Right.
And adapting their strategy accordingly.
Exactly.
Did they mention any specific initiatives they're exploring to revitalize that business wireline segment?
Well, they emphasize the potential of AI.
Okay.
They're exploring ways to leverage AI to create more tailored solutions for specific customer needs and optimize network performance. It's clear they see AI as a key driver of future growth,
Yeah.
not just in consumer-facing areas, but also in their business offerings.
It's fascinating to see how AI is weaving its way into virtually every aspect of their business.
Yeah.
It's becoming more than just a buzzword.
Yeah.
It's a core part of their strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we shift gears to our This Is Not Financial Advice segment,
Right.
any final takeaways from the Q&A that stood out to you?
One theme that resonated was AT&T's emphasis on innovation,
Okay.
particularly in the areas of AI and the cloud.
Yeah.
They're not content with simply using AI to improve existing operations.
Right.
They're actively exploring new possibilities
Yeah.
and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
So they're not resting on their laurels.
Yeah, they're not.
They're embracing a forward-looking mindset.
Yeah,
That's definitely encouraging for investors who are looking for companies that are actively shaping the future.
absolutely.
But now let's have some fun time.
Yeah.
To unleash our speculative sides and explore a potential trade idea inspired by AT&T's current position and the trends shaping the industry.
Oh, God.
Remember, everyone, this is purely hypothetical.
Precisely. This is not financial advice segment,
Right.
but it is a chance to flex our imaginations and consider some intriguing possibilities.
Right.
So let's imagine a scenario where AT&T makes a bold move into a completely new market.
Okay.
Smart homes.
Now, that's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
It's a booming market,
Mm-hmm.
and it aligns perfectly with their strengths in connectivity and their growing focus on AI.
Right.
What would that play look like?
Yeah.
Would they start manufacturing their own smart home devices?
Not necessarily.
Oh.
Instead, envision a strategic partnership. Imagine AT&T joining forces with a leading smart home platform provider.
Yeah.
Perhaps a giant like Amazon or Google.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
They could leverage their existing fiber and wireless infrastructure to offer a comprehensive smart home solution.
Exactly. They could bundle a suite of smart home services with their connectivity offerings. Providing customers with a seamless and integrated experience, all powered by AT&T's network.
Yeah.
It would be a powerful value proposition and create a strong incentive for customers to stay within the AT&T ecosystem.
So they're not just providing the pipes.
Right.
They're becoming the central hub for the entire smart home experience.
Yeah.
What kind of impact could this have on their business and their stock price?
Well, if executed effectively, a strategic move into the smart home market could be transformative for AT&T.
Right.
It would open up a massive new revenue stream,
Okay.
solidify their position as a leading technology provider,
Yeah.
and potentially lead to significant stock price appreciation.
So the play here is to buy AT&T stock
Yeah.
and watch it soar as they become the go-to provider for all your smart home needs.
Right.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
But let's be clear.
Yeah.
This is pure speculation,
It is.
not investment advice.
Absolutely. This is a thought experiment
Okay.
designed to get us thinking about potential scenarios and what might drive future growth for AT&T.
All right, Talk Tickers listeners. We've explored some intriguing possibilities for AT&T, both in terms of their existing operations and potential new ventures.
Yeah.
But there's one final thought we want to leave you with.
Okay.
A thought that could be even more transformative than a move into smart homes.
All right.
What if AT&T takes their collaboration to the next level and partners with a major cloud provider?
Now, you're talking about a true power play?
Yeah.
What kind of partnership are you envisioning?
I don't know. I'm curious to hear what you think.
Well, imagine AT&T leveraging their combined expertise in AI, 5G, and edge computing to create a truly revolutionary platform for next-generation applications and services. They could combine the scale and innovation of a cloud giant with the reach and reliability of AT&T's network.
We're talking about a platform that could power everything from self-driving cars to immersive virtual reality experiences,
Right.
all with unparalleled speed and security.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
It is, and it highlights the incredible potential that lies ahead for AT&T if they continue to embrace innovation and make bold strategic moves.
So they got to stay hungry.
They do.
All right, Talk Tickers listeners, that concludes our deep dive into AT&T's Q4 2024 earnings call.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We've analyzed their performance, dissected their strategies, and even explored some wild but plausible scenarios for their future.
Yeah.
We hope you found this insightful, and as always, we encourage you to do your own research and make informed investment decisions.
Absolutely. This is not financial advice. We are just two guys having a conversation.
Thanks for joining us on Talk Tickers. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of finance and technology.
See you next time.
Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and happy investing.
Okay, so we covered a lot of ground with AT&T today, from the fiber growth to their use of AI to those shareholder returns.
Yeah, a lot of interesting insights came out of this call.
Definitely. But before we wrap up this episode, I want to touch on something we haven't discussed yet, their new AT&T guarantee.
Yeah.
It sounds promising, but is it really a game changer or just clever marketing?
Well, on the surface, it seems like a bold statement of confidence in their network.
Okay.
They're promising customers a reliable connection, great deals, and excellent service, or they'll make it right. They're directly tying this guarantee to their ownership and control of their networks.
Yeah.
Which is a subtle jab at their competitors who rely on third-party infrastructure.
Right. So they're aiming to differentiate themselves, not just on speed and technology, but on the overall customer experience.
Right.
But what are the potential risks of offering such a sweeping guarantee? Could it backfire if they can't deliver? There's always a risk when you set high expectations.
Yeah.
They'll need to be prepared to handle an influx of customer service requests if they experience any network issues or outages.
Yeah.
It could put a strain on their resources
Right.
and potentially damage their reputation if they don't execute flawlessly.
It's a high-stakes gamble,
It is.
but one that could pay off handsomely if they can pull it off.
Yeah.
It speaks to their confidence in their infrastructure and their commitment to customer satisfaction.
Right.
But ultimately, the success of this guarantee will hinge on their ability to deliver on those promises consistently.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out and whether other players in the industry follow suit.
Yeah.
It could raise the bar for customer expectations across the entire telecom sector.
Now, before we sign off, I want to circle back to that final thought you shared.
Okay.
The idea of AT&T partnering with a major cloud provider.
Yeah,
That's a scenario with enormous implications.
it is. Imagine a platform that combines the power of AT&T's vast network with the scalability and innovation of a leading cloud provider,
Right.
all fueled by the latest advancements in AI and edge computing.
Wow.
It would be a convergence of technologies that could truly reshape the digital landscape.
We're talking about a platform that could power everything from the smart cities of the future to the metaverse.
Exactly.
It's a vision that's both exciting and a bit daunting.
It is, and it raises some profound questions about the role of technology in our lives and the power these companies will wield.
Yeah.
Something we'll need to grapple with as these technologies continue to evolve.
So as we conclude this deep dive into AT&T's earnings call and their future prospects, we encourage you to keep a watchful eye on this company. They're at a pivotal point in their evolution.
Yeah.
And the decisions they make in the coming years will have a profound impact, not just on their own business, but potentially on the entire technology landscape.
Agreed.
As always, we remind you that this is not financial advice. We're simply offering our insights and perspectives to help you make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on Talk Tickers.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of finance and technology.
See you next time.
Until then, stay curious, stay informed,
Right.
and happy investing.